Today we are interviewing Mr. Polo Gibson himself, Photographer of the Year, on Nasty with the Tea podcast. So we are so excited to have you, Polo. Thank you for being on our show.
Yes, thank you.
I appreciate it.
Yes, we appreciate it so much. You're a superstar and you're so busy, so we appreciate it. So we gonna dive right in. I know you've had a few podcast interviews going on lately. So you've been on tour, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit.
So the first thing that we're curious about is, what is the craziest thing that someone ever did during a shoot with you? Like, what's the craziest thing they did?
Man, I've been shooting for a long time, so there's all type of craziness. I would say like the one thing that's popped in my head, I was doing a newborn photo shoot, right? Because the mama, I guess, wanted to, get the child into modeling, So,
Okay.
I already see where this is going.
I'm in there shooting, I'm setting up and everything. All of a sudden it's like boom, 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 and they're like banging at the door, right? So I go, let them in, and then like the daddy come in like, how much this shit cost? You know what I'm saying? Like just snapping. Like, you can wait till the last minute, tell me about this shit, woo, like going crazy. Like, imagine she had booked a photo shoot probably like 3-4 weeks before, you know what I'm saying? But I guess she had told the daddy like the morning of, like, I need you to come pay for this, you know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, see, she was trying to pull that stuff.
It was like, I'll say that's the craziest because I ain't never seen nobody get that aggressive at like a newborn photo shoot. So it was like,
It was wild.
I thought you were finna say that and the little baby pooped itself.
No,
the daddy came
I
through.
thought like, the daddy was finna start beating ass. Like, the daddy came in there like on business, like it just changed the whole vibe. You could tell like the mama was scared and shit. I was like, man.
Dang. Twice. So did they go through with the shoot? Like,
yeah, they did the shoot. Like he posted up like in the corner, like on security. Like, yeah, like
stop.
it was crazy. Like,
Ooh, Lord, yeah, I bet she won't do that
I
again.
bet she was looking at her like, blink twice if you need help.
Right.
Yeah,
Let me know, because I'm up here trying to shoot your baby. Y'all about to have domestic violence going on up here.
That's like exactly what I thought was gonna happen. I'm like, I'm in the middle of a domestic. Like, who gonna take care of the baby if they get their ass locked up right now? You know what I'm saying? So,
man, that is definitely crazy. I don't know how I would have reacted in that situation. I probably would have been like, y'all might want to go outside.
yeah, I was like still setting up. Like, it wasn't even, like, I didn't know what was going on. I was just like, I didn't even start yet. So, I was like,
didn't have the props up or nothing. You was just.
nothing. It was just a baby in the car seat and like, daddy with ham, like he came in there snapping, like you could tell, like moms was like please don't hit me in public type of stuff. Like, it was like she had that look on her face, like you know the look your mama give you.
Yeah, when you know you in trouble, you about to get your ass beat.
She had that look like I'm getting fucked up when I get home, like.
Dang.
And he was like, no, that's what it was. So then he started like questioning me, like. You finna he was like, you finna shoot my daughter portfolio? I'm like, nah, bro, I'm doing one photo shoot. Like, that is not how you build a portfolio. Like, it takes multiple sessions.
So he thought you was about to get a whole portfolio in one shoot.
I thought he was doing a portfolio for. She's like, I didn't say that. Like, it was crazy.
He was in the cut like Joe Jackson.
Yeah, for
right.
real talk. Like,
dang,
it's crazy.
That's definitely crazy.
Yeah.
So, you do a lot of photo shoots and stuff like that, and videos and all of that. So, do you have a favorite shoot? And if so, why?
Man, like it's hard for me to have a favorite. Like, if you ask me like on today, I'm gonna probably tell you like what I did today was my favorite. You know what I'm saying? Because like every day I try to outdo myself. So it kind of is like a gift and a curse. I don't get an opportunity to enjoy what I do, you know what I'm saying, in the long term, because like once I shoot it, like I'm instantly thinking like, what can I do better?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
how can I improve it? So it's like I love it. I'll be like in love, die hard in love, like at the shoot, and then I get home and I'll be like, that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So it be
you always your toughest critic, so you always want to outdo the last. That's just
for sure.
That's how it goes. But I did see a little snippet of your shoot that you did today with two of my homegirls.
Yeah, I did this little
I think that's gonna be fire for sure. I know that's gonna be fire.
What do you do? Can I get the tea?
Oh!
I did like a BFL shoot, and I did like a police lineup. You know what I'm saying? Like they got locked up together. You know what I'm saying? Something kind of like like the movie Hustlers. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
Yep.
before.
Yeah.
So
We see
something kind of like that, a spin off of that. So they had like their minks on and their lingerie, and
Okay.
you know they had the bank money and you know the.
You
the
said you
clothes.
gotta outdo your last, so you know
Yeah.
you're gonna outdo
Yeah,
your last with
yeah.
us.
Man, for sure.
Right, because we definitely trying to get in on our little
we
BFF
gotta
shit
get
for
it
sure.
in before you blow up, and it's like $1,000 a shoot, you know?
Girl, it's almost
It's
there.
getting there.
But the quality, that's what I tell people, because what people don't realize is you're paying for what you get. So if you want to go pay $100, get $100 shoot, you're going to get $100 quality,
Yeah.
period.
I
Like,
try to shoot stuff that lasts though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like,
Timeless.
you could post. I got people who literally like use my pictures that I took for their like 21st birthday for like 27th birthday flight.
Damn.
Like they still using them and like they still look high quality compared to like today's standards. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like some stuff you'll see, you could tell it's old. You know what I'm saying? It looks like super dated.
right.
But like a lot of stuff I be posting on my page be like 2016, like 2015.
And it looks good, because a lot of the stuff I see on his page, like when I be looking at stuff, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I
When
was
you do
just
that
posting
shit?
like random shit.
Yeah.
Old as hell, but I be like, I'm gonna post this. You know what
Why
I'm
haven't you yet to go in behind the camera? Well, you're behind the camera. Why haven't
In front
you
of
been
the
in front
camera.
of the camera? Like, you don't
saying?
want to do
You know,
that?
that's kind of what I'm on this like little media tour right now.
This is in front of the camera for
Yeah, this is
him.
in front of the camera.
We want you to pose and
I'm
do some
ready.
creativity and all that.
I like to teach and shoot, create. I feel like my talent is best when I'm showcasing somebody else's skills. You know what I mean? Whether you're a hairstylist or a chef
Right.
or a dancer, you know what I'm saying? Like my thing is to kind of showcase what I found like beautiful about your business or your brand, and like get the world to fall in love with it like I do. You know what I'm
Yeah,
Right.
saying?
because you know what they say, you see, other people see you differently than you do yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
So
I feel like him and his wife now, I don't know if you knew that he's married, but I feel like him and his wife should do a shoot.
Oh, that would be
You should get all oiled up.
Oh, shit.
Let me create and direct that one.
The oil shoot, man. You know what? I used to buy like cases of oil and spray for like every photo shoot. Like everybody
Man,
was
so
oil,
you could be
like,
glistening.
shining. Yeah, I hate oil now. I be like, it's just so slippery and wet. Like I just feel like it's just like Pornhub vibe. So like
Man.
I like, you know, I typically have people do like a shea butter or something like that. Just
Mhm.
a nice glow.
Yeah.
But like just the dripping baby oil, like nah, I'm cool on that.
I see a lot of hacks on, they use, it's baby Vaseline, whatever.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they put
yeah.
the glitter in it and mix it up.
And mix it
Oh,
up,
yeah,
and
so
then it makes you.
I see
yeah.
like a lot of hacks
Oh,
on
that's
how to
a
make
good
the
idea.
make a shimmer body glow.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
Hey,
should
that
go
would
into
be
that.
dope.
You
Yeah.
know.
I use that. I use like, so I like the tea tree oil, or like one thing I do that's like one of my hacks is using like a tanning spray, so a bronzing spray. Like so I spray that and you'll get like that really glowy.
That
glossy
glowy
look.
look, yeah.
As long as you ain't shooting outside, you shooting outside, you're gonna be like black as hell. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you're gonna
But,
get burnt to a
yeah,
crisp.
yeah. I for like in the studio. Yeah.
So, I imagine you have so many satisfied customers and so many people that are happy with your work. I know the shoot that I did with you, I was very happy with it, and I can't wait to shoot with you again. But do you have those that are unsatisfied?
Oh, for sure.
And how do you deal with that? Like, how do you
can't,
go about
like,
dealing with that?
You can't please everybody, but like literally, like yesterday, somebody wrote me right
Mm-hmm.
and was like, I haven't spoke to them in years. Like I think we did a photo shoot maybe in like 2015, 16, somewhere up in that era. But like she wrote me like, my pictures didn't look like this, and I'm just like, I can't account for what I was in the past. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like you comparing like what I did 5-6 years ago to
Wait a minute,
what
so
I
she
did
went on
today.
somebody else's? She was looking at some other work you did?
Yeah.
And she wrote you
Yeah.
because that work looked better than what
Yeah,
she had?
for sure. Yeah, she was
She was
upset.
jelly.
She was upset.
Wow.
She was
That's a
jelly.
stalker.
She was
She's
like,
a stalker.
yeah, my pictures didn't look like this. I didn't get this treatment, and I'm just like, I mean, I don't even like. I feel like I wasn't capable. Again, like I said, I try to outdo myself every day.
Right,
So
right.
at any given moment, I feel like I'm trying to give you my best, and
Right.
that was probably my best at that time.
You only
know what I mean?
progress with the
Yeah.
time.
Right.
Yeah, so it wasn't. And then, like, you know, within business, you learn, you know what I'm saying? You learn from, like, mistakes and stuff like that. not just in terms of like the artwork itself, but just in overall customer service.
Right.
You know, so it's like now I try to be adamant on like getting people their pictures, getting people their edits, like helping people like to choose the best edits and stuff like that, and just being like transparent with people. Like
Right.
I'm shooting like every day, so like I tell people like I might not be able to post these photos when you want me to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm sure that I'm gonna try to post them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
but I can't guarantee that. But at one point, like people was like booking me specifically for the promotion. They wanted to go on my page. When you
For
gonna
them
post?
to
When you
get
gonna
posted.
exactly? When you gonna?
Yeah.
It's like for me, my page is like my page. Like
Right.
that's like the
It's for
only
the work
thing-
you're proud
Yeah,
of and you want to
yeah.
showcase. That's
and
your
and like I'm aiming at a particular lane, and it's nothing against any of my
Anybody,
clients or
yeah.
anybody. No matter what you book me for, I'm gonna always, like I say, try to do my best.
yeah.
But that might not just be on point with what I'm focused on today. You know what I mean? So like,
Right.
if you follow me, then I'll go through different like seasons where I'll be like, I'm just shooting straight headshots, and I'll post
Right.
like straight beauty shots for like months, and then I'll switch and just do like straight fashion. And
Right.
then like right now, I'm in like my more like editorial creative bag where it's like every photo shoot I want to like tell a story, you know what I'm saying, and like elaborate on it and stuff with like the video to go with it, and like having like a documentary or like people coming out recording behind the scenes and like
Right.
telling how I developed the idea. So it's like different paths that I go through. So if you like, well, I just got this Fenty lingerie piece, I just got this from Fashion Nova, and I'm like, I can shoot it, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna shoot it, but
I
like,
can do that, shoot.
I'm not
But
gonna-
listen,
yeah,
I'm not, and you know what? It's funny because I feel like a lot of people nowadays do stuff for the clout.
For sure.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Absolutely.
when they see, okay, this man got this many followers, he's coming up, he's, doing this, doing that, naturally, they're gonna want
To attach themselves to
that attention. They're gonna want.
But it's different for me because I don't like, a lot of people that I shoot are people that I like found in Walmart or walking down the street or like at a festival or something. Like I don't even know if they have an Instagram or anything. It's like,
You'd be like,
hey, I like your look.
Yeah.
Can I use you for a session? Can I hire you for a session? Like whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Creative
when people
views.
come to you and they like, we should shoot because they got like 1 million followers, I'll be like, oh, my booking in the bio. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
go
And they
with
get
me.
offended. Like
Yeah.
people have actually came out their mouth and told me, I'm offended that like now when I reach out to people, they just send me their rates, and I did Playboy and I did this and I did that, and I'm like, that means nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I don't care.
And
you
that
know?
goes back to what we were talking about last week about how a lot of people in Arizona feel entitled, and there's a certain group of people in
Yeah.
Arizona that feel like they should be
Oh,
catered
no, for
to,
sure.
Yeah.
versus other people.
I think that's like everywhere. Like people, like a lot of people trying to go off of like what they've done, but like the times have changed. You know what I'm saying? Like you did all these magazines, like they don't even have print magazines no more. So
Right.
it's like that means nothing.
It
you know
means
what I'm saying?
nothing.
And then not only that, but like you got 1 million followers, but like 950,000 of them is like horny ass dudes.
Right.
Like that doesn't line up with what my target market is.
So they
Who's gonna
wanna
spend
see.
money. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
They gonna click like, they gonna flirt with you, be in your inbox, but they're not gonna come and be like, yo, Polo, I need a session. You know what I'm saying? So if I get 10,000 likes on this picture, it means nothing. When I could post something and get 100 likes, but the 100 people that like it, they know what the quality is and they can see their brand, benefiting from that style of work.
Right.
And like those are the people I tend to want to work with. I feel like brands take themselves more serious.
Right.
They invest more into it. Whereas like when you're just doing it for like the clout or for popularity, it's kind of like, oh, I did this, it's cute, post, and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? But I personally feel like I put too much work into what I do just for like one post and it just be done. Whereas a brand will consistently like use that content for like 90 days.
Right.
And, like I love to see that. I love to see my work blown up on billboards. I love to see my stuff on commercials. Like one of my biggest pet peeves is like for me to like put a lot of work into something and then like somebody make it their profile picture.
Yeah,
and
she
then
gets
like
the
the
value.
next week it's like it's a picture of them and their girl drunk in the club. They put it up as their new profile picture. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, like that's it. Like we done now. Okay, like all right.
So you want to see your work. You want to see your work monetized. Like
For
you
sure.
want to see
Because
people using
people,
your work and
yeah.
getting monetized from it.
Because
Right,
when I
I
work for
understand
companies like Nike and Tidal or White Castles or like any high-end company, I know how much money they're making off my photos.
Right.
Like they're making hundreds of
They
thousands.
getting that money.
So it's
yeah.
like, and I'm showing up with the same equipment, the same attitude, the same work ethic, even if it's just somebody that wants pictures for their baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give them that same quality. So I expect you to push it and maximize it,
Right.
you know, as best as you can. You know, and
Right.
then you will start to see the value of it. You'll understand like why I'm charging $500 because you just got booked for 10 shows that paid you $500 a piece off of these photos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it makes sense to invest into it, but if you're only doing it for some likes, then you don't see the value
You don't see the
in spending
value.
that money. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So
yeah, that makes sense, and a lot of times people, I feel like miss that whole point, but it definitely makes sense to what you're saying. So I definitely understand that. So I want to know. Well, we want to know where in the world would be like your dream place where you could do a shoot at? Anywhere in the world.
oh man, like so I typically travel like to places I want to go to, but like right now I think like I would love to go to like Paris and like really shoot the real fashion week and interact with like those people like on that level, like or like somewhere again like exotic that's like so black sand beaches or you know, things
yeah.
like that where I can create stuff that like people you know aren't gonna necessarily get. Like my mind be like crazy. Like I have a lot of ideas that I have to tone down. That's because like it's not feasible for me to do it right now. But like I want to shoot like on top of a volcano when it's starting to erupt, and you know you got the fire spraying in the background.
Liability for it,
Right.
right? Not liable.
Hey, yeah, I don't know what it is with him and fire.
Yeah.
He had me do that fire shoot. That was pretty dope.
What
though.
is your
That was-
zodiac sign?
I'm a Cancer.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I like creative stuff, man. I like to like push the envelope. You know, like what can we do next? And just do stuff like this that's really out there where
Right.
people be like, what made you even think of that? You know what I'm saying? So like my Dr. Love series that I did.
Oh,
was, like,
that was really, that was so interesting. And I like, you could have so many different views on that he did. I don't know if you've seen that, but the Dr. Love series he did, I mean, it's just so many different ways you
Brianna
can do
Hightower was
that.
in it.
Mhm.
Brianna
Yeah,
Hightower.
yeah,
Yes,
Shout out
I've
to
seen it.
Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about like the shoot that you guys just did together.
With
Was
the
that
garden.
was that like a
Yeah.
Mother Nature shoot?
Yeah, so I called it like the Mother Nature,
That was
you know, the garden photo shoot, where she showed me some photos that she liked that caught her attention, and I was able to kind of play with it and elaborate on it.
Mhm.
And like she just kind of wanted to do just some nice beauty shots, but I was like, nah, I want to build like a whole set. So like I went like had to buy turf and plants and like all type of stuff in order to like build that
To create,
entire.
Yeah, I seen the
entire-
process of your
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
I like how I actually want to have her on the show one day, but
Yeah, Bree.
I like how
if you listening, Bree.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I like how she aimed towards more fashionable stuff as well. She's not just, even though she got big butt, girl, you got a banging body.
Yeah.
Even though she got a banging body, she doesn't just rely on her banging
Yeah,
body.
but she
Yeah,
doesn't, and she
yeah.
doesn't like, she know like that shit mean nothing when she come to me, you know what I'm saying? So she'll go do like, you know, a nude, like artistically nude shoot with someone else, but she know when she comes to me, it's like, okay, what we doing photo? Like, I want hair, makeup, wardrobe, I want to build a set. And like, a lot of times my clients are happy with just, like, Bree would have been happy with me just shooting her on just a regular white background, you know, with her makeup and stuff done. But I'm like, nah, like I want it to be like a world, and that's what I'm saying. Like I want my pictures to give people the illusion that they're in that world. You know what I'm saying? Like
So
you can
when you
understand
look at it, you
that.
be like, I was
Yeah,
there.
and I feel like, do you do that all the time? Because
I
I
try
feel
to.
like the one time that I had the privilege to shoot with you, and I was doing a Valentine's Day shoot, and he hit me up like, hey, get some lighter fluid, some roses, this, that, like, and I wasn't even like, you was thinking bigger than what I was thinking. I was just thinking like a regular Valentine's Day
Yeah,
shoot.
for sure.
And that was pretty dope. You know, TikTok took my picture down, right?
They did.
They said it was dangerous.
Fire. Man, with fire.
I love your shoot because you know how you're single, so on Valentine's Day it wasn't like a it wasn't like a hate thing. It was just like, you know, fuck Valentine's Day.
Fuck love.
Like,
And I didn't even, that was him. Like, that was all him. I just brought the products he said to bring.
Still
That was him.
It still was, how I say, flawless. It was flawless.
Yeah.
Your skin was beautiful. You did a good job. You did a good job.
And I didn't even.
I'm just lucky that people would be letting me like.
Yeah, like I trusted you
she
for
wasn't
sure.
planning on that, and I was like, hey, you can bring some like light fluid real quick, you know what I'm saying? And I had grabbed some roses, or I think she had some roses, but we ended up like making it happen, you know what I'm saying? And it turned out pretty dope, like just playing with fire, you know, and like. That's my thing, trying to push people out, like out of their comfort zone a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are like, they're looking at their timeline, so they're trying to create within those limits. Like, oh, this is what people are doing. I'm gonna do something like this, and like I'm looking like in the back of my head, you know what I'm saying? Or like I tend to look either at vintage or like futuristic, but I never want to create sideways. So like if somebody just did something and they posted it, like I get hella screenshots, like how much for this? So I be like, I don't know, you gotta ask somebody else because I don't want to shoot that. You know what I'm saying? Like
I want to do something different.
Yeah, like for sure. Like so, I tend to, like I say, there's nothing new under the sun, but I feel like if you can combine a bunch of different stuff, you can end up with something original. Yes. So I may take the poses from this shoot, I may take the location from this shoot, I may take the wardrobe from this one, the lighting from this one, and then add my own flavor in terms of like editing and stuff and just end up with something completely different. Versus like sometimes when you know people work with photographers, they say the photographer may send them one picture and like we're gonna shoot this. Like I'm gonna shoot you a collection of photos so you can understand what they all have in common. So now your mind is entering that world. You know, like I said with Dr. Love, it was more so like I wanted to create that 1950s vibe. So
yes, I
love it.
That's one of my favorites.
That was so dope.
And what people don't understand is even influencers that you look up to are being influenced. They want to take from what they've seen other creators do and like, oh, how do I one up this? Or how do I do it just like
exactly.
this way?
Exactly.
You know?
Me coming from where I was coming from, I just wanted to shoot with Polo. So I'm just like, okay, I gotta get my opportunity some kind of way to shoot with him. So I really didn't have a direction. And like I told you, like I'm open to a lot of things. Like I you know, if you want to lead me and you have that creative gene, I will definitely like let you lead me. So I'm definitely looking forward to shooting again in the future because I want to see what limit you could take me to.
I think the next thing would be like trying to shoot something that I don't feel like is limited within a theme, you know, and like that becomes hard for me too. Like if I do 50 Valentine's Day shoots, like I know I can't post all 50 of them.
Right. And I didn't expect to be posted.
So it'd be so hard, but I'll like not today, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I might come back and be like, oh here, you know what I'm saying? You know, some holiday or whatever, Sweetest Day, and I might repost it or whatever the case may be, but like it'd be so hard to post it when you're shooting so much of it.
Yeah, and you had already posted so many Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I think we shot like the last
I was like literally probably the last Valentine's Day shoot you did. So.
But that's also so it's like okay, I gotta make creative, you know, and that's what. So I don't be wanting people to feel bad, but so I try to add that creativity to it. I try to give them something special so they know that it's important to me, even if I'm not like able to post all the pictures and stuff like that.
Right. And that don't bother me, honestly. Like I'm not here for the clout. I'm trying to be somebody and evolve in myself, but it's not to the point where it's like Polo posted my friend, and posted me.
Your biggest
I don't think like that. Yeah.
You know, all you need to do is look at yourself. Love yourself.
Right.
Don't look to other people for gratification.
Exactly.
So the next question is, you had so many publications. Can you think back to the first time you ever got published, and what was your feeling in that moment?
You know, the first time I ever got published was. It was me. It was actually pictures of me.
Behind the camera.
So it was a magazine.
In front, I mean.
I want to say it was in Minneapolis. There was a magazine that was kind of like showcasing like local talent and stuff like that. So they came out and like took pictures of me while I was doing a photo shoot and stuff like that. And they did like an article on me. And that was pretty dope, you know. So that was like the very first time that like I seen myself like in publication, and then from there it was kind of like back in the day, like magazines was like Instagram.
Yeah,
So I was getting like
I remember. I'm
5,
kind
6
of old,
magazines
so
a
I
month.
remember.
Yeah. So it's like literally every month I was probably like 5 or 6 different magazines. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
dope.
Because they had like most of the magazines were regional. So you had like Straight Stunning or As Is, which like really was killing it up north, and then you had like So Be It and RP PZ actually passed, the founder of So Be It, but he was like down south in like Tampa in Florida, and then you had like Secoso and man, it's a bunch of Vixens was out of Atlanta.
Oh yeah, Vixen, yeah,
I
for
remember
sure.
Like Smooth Girl. The only one like I did get a chance like to make it into like Black Men, because at that time, I don't know if you know, but like Love and Hip Hop was Black Men magazine first. So all the girls that was like on the first seasons of like Love and Hip Hop and stuff, like they were coming from like the magazine industry, you know. So this is like Buffy the Body era, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Shanika Adams
Right.
and Delicious, you know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, so this was like that era. So it was like I was just like getting in the door to shoot them, and then it was like, here comes Instagram, you know what I'm saying? So it all
It switched up
yeah, it
everything.
switched
But you
everything.
learn to adapt with the
Nah,
time.
for sure.
Yeah,
So
you got to.
Yeah. So that's what I really admire most about you is like when I was watching some of your other interviews, so I want to make sure I didn't ask the same questions.
Yeah, I sent her the interview. I'm like, you gotta watch this.
Yeah, I was like trying to ask the same questions. You said that you had to, that a lot of people did not want to adapt with the times, and they ended up like not falling off, but not getting as far as they could have because they didn't want to, you know.
I know people who have like way huger followers than me, but like they work is like just basic because they don't have a reason to elevate. So it's like if you have a niche and like people within that niche accept it, then you can just run with it. Like for example, if you know that all I shoot is dancers and they just want pictures for flyers, then you don't have to be creative. You don't have to push yourself. You just like wear the baby oil, you know, touch your toes, like you go take the pictures, that's it, you know what I'm saying?
But I feel like even you could still find a way to make that creative.
Yeah, me.
I feel like
yeah.
you could. I feel
But
like you
I used to
definitely
be
do that.
super draining. Like I used to go I used to do like tours. Like I would fly into a market and I would hit up like all the cities in that market. So like I'll go into Chicago and I start in Chicago and then I'll hit like St. Louis, Indianapolis, like Cleveland, and then like come back.
Cleveland.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, what part? My people from the Heights.
Ooh, the Heights is the nice part.
Yeah.
I'm from the gutter, EC, bandos, and potholes. But shout out to y'all, because y'all made me.
Oh, okay.
Cleveland was
Don't
cool,
ever
man.
forget where you came from.
I remember like they had that was the first place that I had like a corned beef, like the real Beyond sausage
Like the
place.
real shit.
Like so you gotta go into like the factory, right? And like you gotta buy everything separate. Like you gotta go in there, you gotta buy a loaf of bread, you gotta buy your mustard, you gotta buy your peppers,
Shut
and then you gotta
up.
buy your corned beef like by the pound. But
Yes.
it's hot, but they're right there, like
And it
that was
comes
like
with your little deli pickle.
that was the best corned
Okay,
beef.
I
Like,
might have to take a little trip to
ever-
Cleveland.
Yeah, y'all can't mess with our corned beef.
See, I don't know about that. I'm from Cali, so
Okay.
my grandma, Inglewood, 86, Manchester. I'm from those parts, but you know, hey, I might have to.
Cali got a lot of fucking donut places. Like, what
Ah,
is it
yeah.
about Cali where it's like
I'm
every corner
saying.
nigga got
Cali a
donuts?
lot. I've
Like-
been in Cali a lot. Up the Bay, I've been in LA.
Yeah, they do got a lot
They
of-
do have a lot of donuts.
In LA, especially, they got a
There's
lot.
fucking
You see that
donuts
big? That's the
everywhere.
famous one. The one with the
Randy's,
big,
yeah, right on the
yeah, with
highway,
the big
yeah.
old donut.
A lot of movie,
Yeah.
movie spots take place.
Friday, you know,
Yes,
got that
yes.
A lot of them. I see
But
that
they
damn
got
donut
fucking donuts.
everywhere.
Everyone was like, what is it about Cali and these fucking donuts?
And
Like,
the tacos.
24-hour donut places. I just
24
didn't
hours. You can get your
understand.
donut.
Did not
Time
understand
ready.
that shit. Yeah, wow, that's crazy.
I like me some donuts. Put some ice cream on it. Maybe I'm just greedy.
I like food. I need some
Soul
food.
food.
Yeah, some
You
real
like
food.
soul food?
Well, actually, I went vegan like 6 years ago, so I haven't. Yeah, but I still cook like soul food. You know, like I still cook without like all the pork backs and shit.
Yeah,
I
I
still
had a
make
vegan friend.
greens and black eyed peas
Yeah.
and cornbread. Like it's a lot of stuff you can cook without.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, putting
I
like,
remember on Thanksgiving, I was loading up my plate, and my vegan uncle came around. He was like, "You want to end up like your aunties?"
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna end up like the aunties because I'm gonna eat. Listen, I work out now, but I'm gonna eat. I don't do the diet stuff. I can't do the
I
diet.
just recently
Diets
started.
are temporary, so you
Yeah.
got like you know you want to like change your
Just
your
watch what you
overall
eat.
your
Yeah.
overall.
Like
mindset.
I'll say it all the time, but I just recently had a baby, so I've just been watching what I eat and going on walks, cause a little cardio goes a long way.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So I just
sure.
been eating more salads, less red meat. You know, I'm just
Mhm.
watching what I eat. I'm still eating those things, but in smaller
Yeah,
portions.
no, that's where to be. You know, meat was like
Not you
a
can't hear.
delicacy. You know, back in the day.
Girl, I'm so sorry, Polo, but I'm looking at my live and
They
you
said
know
they
my
cannot
viewers
hear.
is telling me
I
once
seen
again
that.
there's what's
A
that?
warning.
Get
I
the
seen
mouse.
it. I seen
Look,
it earlier.
Thank
but I
God.
didn't
This is why we have back there. This is why. So we can have our sound.
Yeah, so the edited video version, guys, will be uploaded tomorrow. I always upload the next day. I'm sorry that you guys can't hear us. I really.
You can hear us on the live though, and we got it back up. So don't worry.
So
We
my
got it.
apologies. This is the second time in a row, and I'm.
They're on YouTube and they're saying.
Yeah, the YouTube live. They try to tune in on live while we on here,
Yeah.
and I always publish it the next day. That's why I shoot on multiple devices.
Yeah,
So-
Got to. You gotta have that back up. Look, we talking to the man. Like you gotta have that back there.
I think that honestly we should stop going live on this.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Well, what's the next question? We ain't gonna worry about it, y'all. We got y'all. We gonna have
Okay.
a sound for y'all. Don't worry.
So you came a long way. Like you're where most photographers would dream to be.
Mm-hmm.
So did you ever think you would be here now? Thinking back.
You know, like I never had like aspirations to be a photographer or like anything. Like it was just something that kind of happened and I ran with it. You know, someone who was a photographer, like I was at their set playing with their camera, and they actually like was able to turn in the photos I took to their paid client. And so they called me like, I'm gonna use your pictures, and I was like, all right, go ahead, shit, you know. And he was like, man, how long you been, doing photography? I was like, I ain't no cameraman. And he was like, man, you got a good eye. And I was like, all right. And he was like, you can make a lot of money. And like that shit just echoed like, and I thought like, damn, he got hired to do this job, and I was just on the side playing around, and he's able to get paid off my work. And like, I've always been somebody that I want to get paid off me first, so that's why I never really wanted to work a job. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in
Right.
sales.
Work for somebody.
Yeah, like my first sales job, I was doing like home refinancing and like debt consolidation. Like when I was like 19, and literally like in 6 months, I cleared $1 million in sales. And for clearing $1 million in sales, like the incentive was you get like a company jacket, like, and it was like, and then like when I got it, like first of all I never even got it, but when they tried to give it to me, it wasn't my size. And then, like, it was like that fake ass leather. And I was just like, damn, I just made y'all motherfuckers $1 million, and this is what I get. You know what I'm saying?
This just reminds me.
Yeah, so it just
It's
made
crazy.
me know, like, you know what? Like, I should be doing this for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I tell people, like, if you're going to go out and make somebody else rich, then you got to
You
make
do it for
yourself
yourself
rich. You know what I'm
rich.
saying? Like, so
Yeah.
your boss is never going to pay you enough to be his neighbor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you want to take that on your own. If you give McDonald's 8 hours, go home and give yourself 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to. If not, you're going to be stuck at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like, and, I mean, everybody don't want that, though. And
Right.
that's what
They're
became hard for
content.
me. Yeah. Like, I then lost friendships for trying to push people too far. Some people like the convenience of showing up to work, and they know all I got to do is put these fries in the grease. They ain't got to worry about making sure the lights on. They ain't got to make sure that the fucking grease, the heater work. They ain't got to worry about we out of this. They have the opportunity to complain. And when you're the boss, there's no one to complain to.
There's no one
You know
to
what I'm saying?
complain
Like,
to.
you're accountable for all of that.
Right.
So, like, right now with the podcast, if something ain't going right, you know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck, we got to fix it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but, like, a lot of people like that when I go home, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? And that they're okay with that, you know? And, like, for me, I'm like, nah, like, I want more, you know what I'm saying? And, like I said, it's a gift and a curse because it makes your achievements, like, they don't, I feel like last as long.
Yeah.
Because he's like, okay, now what's next? What's next? Like,
Right.
it's the pressure. Like, how can I outdo myself? Like, what can I do? You know what I'm saying?
Battling with yourself in your head.
Yeah, for sure. So,
I get that. And correction, y'all, it was actually on my live.
Oh.
Because they're saying they can't hear on my live, but I just stopped it and started it back over. Sorry, y'all. I think my daughter called in, and that's what messed it up.
I
So-
think I published it. I cut it off.
No, it's still going because the
Okay.
sound's going. But yeah, it wasn't on there. It was on here. Just
Okay.
FYI.
You know what that little story just made me think of? I don't know if you ever watched Boondocks.
Oh,
But it
Sure.
made me think of the Riley episode when he was selling candy for his school.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I only got this little ass
Yeah.
chain.
Exactly.
I'm about to start selling candy.
Yes.
But that show you how fucked up society is because
Mm.
like if you was in like the city and went to school, that was something that you had to do. Like they put your ass out there, made your ass sell the shit out that candy. Like your mom was at her job, the church, you know, going around the neighborhood trying to get this candy for you can get like
A
this
keychain.
weak ass keychain,
Right.
a special eraser.
You know what? They
it was-
had bikes and stuff. I used to get
Yeah.
so excited.
Nobody got that shit. I ain't never seen nobody get that bike. You know what I'm saying?
bike?
It's like you will sell like 20,000 worth of candy for a prize that costs like $20.
Exactly.
It's just like
ridiculous.
when you go to like Chuck E. Cheese or something where you're trying to turn your tickets in.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have like 500,000 tickets to get like the Game Boy or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like you might have to go buy it.
So
You know?
that just made me think like, you know, they start you young. They grew
For sure,
you young
yeah, exactly.
to be content with working hard and getting blessed.
Mhm.
I feel like it's you know how they had them pyramid schemes? That was what that was.
For
Back
sure.
then they was doing
Yeah.
it with the kids.
Yeah,
like
with the
that's
kids.
exactly what that was. Like that's crazy though. That to think about that, because you know nowadays how they have them little schemes where it's like get rich.
But if this kid go out and sell lemonade, they gonna call the police on him.
Right.
Because he gotta have a permit.
Right.
But I don't need no permit to sell this candy, this chocolate y'all giving me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So-
That's backwards.
I went to school with this boy who was buying candy at the dollar store and selling it for like $5 at the school.
Smart.
And he got
Smart as
he
hell.
got called into the principal office and got in trouble for that.
Yeah,
Yes,
see?
because he was making double.
But if I
Triple
sell
off the
these
candy.
nasty ass candy bars y'all give me
Y'all get
Right.
it.
for $4, $5 a piece, you know what I'm saying? They like 69 cents. Oh, that's cool, because I get my keychain when I'm done.
Exactly,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. We gonna get that keychain and we good. So
How's that
that's
gonna
crazy.
make me? How's that gonna make me?
It's not, but it's gonna get them what they want.
Because
So.
people like well, people are motivated by success. So I don't even think it's the keychain or whatever. It's the
It's
like
just
the fact that I outdid my
Yeah,
class.
Right,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Like I'm the
number-
winner.
I'm number one.
Yeah.
Or you used to get the pizza party. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Oh, yeah, I
Whatever-
remember
Whatever
Going
class do
hard.
the best, get the pizza party. You get this dry ass neighborhood pizza. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Little
for sure.
piece of pizza.
Hot and ready. Like we did all this work for
With
this
this
$5
much
pizza.
Sprite.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. And Sprite, you lucky if you get a name brand. This shit say soda, vest up,
Right.
Minute Lamb on
That's
it.
that great value.
Red
whatever.
pop, that's it. As soon as that shit open, it go flat. Like for real, man. So, but that's how they get you. And not only that, but none of that shit is good for you or healthy.
Yeah.
So like, you wonder why kids got diabetes and shit. Like,
Obesity.
you rewarding them
That's
with
why.
pops and shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
but they didn't care. They're just
No.
trying to get to their end goal.
That's
So
so
at the end of the
scary.
day, they don't care. So
You've
yeah.
done so many creative shoots, like so many.
Mhm.
How do you deal with creativity block when you're coming up with new shoots?
I think my biggest block comes from just not being able to do it and having to, not because I'm not capable, but just because like what it would take to fund the idea. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mm.
So like right now I have like I want to do this shoot where it's like this girl has like a long train and she's like on a helicopter like flying. So it's like I mean I gotta get a helicopter, I gotta get a pilot, I gotta get, you know what I'm saying?
Well, when you're ready
Like,
to do that shoot,
so-
call me.
So it's
No.
like I have to do like all these ideas, you know what I'm saying? Or like I want to do stuff where like I have a house burning in the background, or you know what I'm saying? So it's
Dang,
like
that would be
so you have
dope.
to have like permits, and you know what I'm saying? I gotta have a house and I can set on fire. You know what I'm saying?
You
So-
don't go to East Cleveland. There's candles everywhere. You set it on fire, they gonna think a crackhead did it.
Yeah, so like stuff like that I be wanting to do, you know what I'm saying? And I think like that'd be like the biggest thing, or you know like wanting to do shoots with live animals, so like
Oh.
tigers or
Yeah.
panthers and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
But you
Girl.
also gotta find the model who's not scared to,
That's the
that
thing.
part.
get close to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And then
I'll
it's
hire
just
like
safety.
trainers before. So
Yeah.
like I'll shoot with horses a lot, and we'll hire like a wrangler to make sure the horse is okay.
Mhm.
And I've like rented reptiles, so like
Mhm.
lizards and snakes. But like, you know, I want to get into like having these all type of shit, monkeys and lions and bears, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
Monkeys.
So
I love
yeah, the thing about it is your creativity is bigger than life, basically.
Yeah.
Bigger than Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like the white background shit. Don't do it for me no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You like, I'm over that.
Yeah,
The
so-
1 hour photos.
Yeah.
Remember you used to go and do the little 1 hour photos?
Like I be thinking, like I want to do a shoot where like I have a person like on the back of like a flatbed that tows cars, but we're moving. Like
Wow, that would
so
be
we're
dope.
moving. So
I
like
just- I
everything on the
just
side of
that.
us is blurred, but she's like still posing like on the back. You know
Like
what I'm
she
saying?
doing
So-
her thing and
Yeah.
it's
I can see you doing a Halloween shoot like at the morgue.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, so like I actually like one of my ideas. I'm working on like a dentist shoot. Back in the day where dentists only had like saws and hammers and shit like that. Yeah, so that's something that I put like on my
That's
to-do
dope,
list. You know what I'm
though.
saying?
Yeah, that
So-
is dope.
So y'all can steal it if y'all want to, but you ain't gonna be able to do it like me. So.
Right.
right. So don't, y'all can steal the idea, but y'all not gonna be able to do it
I was
right.
gonna say that. I was like, stop telling your ideas.
No,
I'm
it's
thinking
all
about
good.
it.
I like that. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like the thing about having somebody do shit before you is that you have every right to outdo it now. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like anything that's already done, you should be able to outdo it because they can't change it. They already submitted it.
They
it's
not
over with.
you.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
so
just
push
like
it.
your grandmama making that mac and cheese. You could probably get the recipe, but
Oh, yeah,
it's not
yeah.
gonna taste
Like
like her
that.
macaroni and
Shit, that's 'cause
cheese.
grandma ain't know the recipe. She put a little bit of
She
this.
just did
little
this,
bit of
that.
She
It wasn't
just
no,
know.
yeah, it
Like,
wasn't
It
no
tastes
measurement.
this shit.
I used to ask my mom like, hey, how much? I don't know how much. Just watch
I
me.
just do it.
I'll be like, all right.
They got that
so-
arm, pour,
Mhm.
stop. I'm like,
So basically, they not gonna be able to do what you can do.
But I like the challenge though. I like to see somebody try to do something. You know, I'll be feeling bad too. Like that's like when like there's been times where like people happen to have ideas at the same time. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And like the way like for me with my creative projects, I might do something like a month ago and just wait until I feel like it's really ready to release. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Mhm.
And so like I might have shot it around the same time as somebody else, and it's like then like I'll see them put it out, and I'll be like, ooh, they're gonna be mad at me. You know what I'm saying?
Cause I'm about to put this out.
I already know my shit was fire. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I wasn't gonna do it. Boy, push the button.
Yeah, like, I'm about to do
you know what I'm
it.
saying? I'm finna upload this right now.
Hey, but you
And
should
they
never
know.
feel bad.
But
for
it's like
that.
if it's my people, I'll
Mhm.
call them like, hey, bro.
I'm about to drop
I
this.
just shot something similar. I just want to let you know. Like, but I've had people like who like literally this dude walked up to me here in Arizona. I ain't gonna say his name, but he's a photographer, and he was like, "What's up, bro, man? I know I've been tripping lately. I've been mad at you, man. I have blocked you and everything." I was like, "Damn, for real? I didn't know." You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even pay
He was
attention.
like, "Yeah, man, because you had did this shoot, and I had did something similar, and you posted it on your story, and I was just like, I can't top that." And I was like, I didn't even post that, and it was like, I still to this day haven't posted the idea. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you still haven't posted
Because
it.
it was that I did
I'm
it,
curious
and I was just
now.
like, yeah, I did it. It was one of those shoots with wild animals. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, okay.
so I did it, and like, I just did it, and I felt it wasn't good enough for what I wanted.
For what you
So
were
now
trying to
he's
do.
looking at it as like, I can't top that, but I'm looking at it like, damn, I fucked up. I should have did better. You know?
Mhm.
So it's just sitting on my hard drive. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so you
Even
ain't
to this
even-
day. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But I know it's pretty dope, but like my thing is always competing with the vision in my head.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
I know what I did was good, but it's not as good as what I imagined
Right.
that it could be.
Right.
So that becomes like the issue. But I it's hard for me to practice what I preach because I tell my clients, no one knows what we went for. All they know is how
exactly.
What you
great
put
what
out.
we did.
How it turned
yeah,
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I be trying to tell myself that, and it don't be working.
I feel like
Like,
that's where Cancers and Geminis are like, because we're Geminis, so we
Mhm.
battle with ourselves constantly in our head. Like when we were starting off with our podcast, like I was constantly in my head, like I wanted to be this, I wanted to be that, I comparing myself to other people, but
Yeah.
it's like, girl, you're just starting out.
Mhm.
Chill on yourself. As
Yeah.
long as you do better
every time.
than
that's
than the last episode, you're
Mhm.
winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can
And I feel like we don't be, because Gemini's are twins, so I feel like we offset each other, because when she tripping, I'm not. And I have to reel her back
Oh,
in.
for sure.
And when I'm tripping, she not. And she got to reel me back in, so that's perfect. But yeah, you can only be better than you were yesterday. And I don't,
That's the
this is
goal.
the thing, I don't know if a lot of people like think that way, but I don't try to compete with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I may post something that's similar to the, like you said, to the next person or this or that or whatever, but I'm just competing against myself. I'm not even paying attention to what you got going on over there. I'm trying to be better for me. So.
Yeah, the thing about it, like, I've been in this industry long enough to know, like, I know people with fucking 1 million followers who, like, you think you can cash out me $50? And then I know people with,
That's
like, with 100 followers that are millionaires, like, and shop at Target, like, for sure, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it varies, you know, like, a lot of times the people that you see, like, doing stuff, like, I had to get out of my own head with that too, because I saw certain people working with certain people,
Imagery.
but they don't be making no money off that shit. They just be doing it for the clout, you know what I'm saying, or just cause, like, so like it be like messing up the game in a sense. Like, it's like somebody, if you in a town and everybody else selling 50s and you decide I'm gonna come start selling nickel bags, like, yeah, you gonna get a lot of customers, but it's like, how many customers you gonna get to, you know, so you gotta sell 10 bags to get a 50, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, when I look at it like that, so I feel like, someone told me, like, you're selling a high-end product, so that person may get 1,000 likes or 1,000 customers, you know what I'm saying, because that's Walmart, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you Gucci don't get 1,000 customers a day. They don't need 1,000 customers a day, because they can get 10 customers, and that 10 is going to be more valuable than that 1,000 that Walmart got. You know what I'm saying?
But let me tell you something about Gucci. They line long when they have deals, and they only let certain people in.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When they have you know, specialty customers, like you've been shopping here, you come in. Everybody else that's just coming here for the deal, for the convenience, you stay outside.
Yeah, and even the same thing like with Victoria's Secret. That used to be one thing that used to bother me when people used to try to designate when my special should be. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like Victoria's Secret has a semi-annual sale and then a big sale. Them 2 sales per year, that's it. If you miss it, that's it. Like, people be like, oh, you should do your sale when I get paid Friday. Like, nigga, no. Like, I'm not. Like,
this sale is not going according to your pay schedule.
Sell some plasma and put this deposit down, but like, I'm not finna
hey, y'all,
structure myself.
Plasma pay $75.
That go towards your deposit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, even me, like, that's why, like, I'm so passionate about me, because, like, I sold plasma. Like, for my first 3 years building my company, like, I refused to, like, do anything illegal. I refused to sell any bags or do anything. So it's like, I'm going to make this work. That's the only way I have to be all in with it, because I know what I can do in these other industries. I've done it my whole life. So it's like, now if I'm going to be a photographer, then I want to go 1,000% with photography. So everything that I do has to be like with that for me to be able to appreciate it.
Right.
So like my first camera, like literally I remember like selling plasma for like months. Like, it was like a full-time job. Like, I was selling plasma, then like I would go to like the outreach programs where they gave away like work cards and bus cards and like interview clothes vouchers, and I would like sell those, hustle with those, sell monthly passes, like took that, like got my first camera from like the pawn shop, you know what I'm saying? And it was like one of the cameras that the women used to be like in the club with on their wrists. Like, I thought I was on. It wasn't none but flash or no flash. It wasn't no extra settings. It wasn't nothing. Like, and I really thought I was doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how long you been married?
I want to say.
He said, I want to say.
No, because so like we met in like 2009, and like again, like everything that you do, you work at to become better. You know what I mean? So like for the first years, it was, you know, me doing nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking up. You know what I'm saying?
Typical man stuff.
So it's like, you know, you try to get better and better, and then, you know, you get to a point where it's like, okay, you know, you all in and you know, are committed, and then like, so I look at it more so like from that point, instead of saying like, okay, when we met or when this and that, but it's like, I can like say like how long I've been like 100% committed or doing my best to be 100% committed, you know what I'm saying?
So has being legit part of the reason you going legit was part of the reason you being married?
I think like, when I found somebody that really like gave me like a reason to want to do right, you know what I'm saying, and to want like to like please that person, and it's like I still like, you know, you still like when you realize like the person that you with is like your friend, and then you realize that you don't want to hurt your friend, or when you hurt your friend, you actually hurt yourself more. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like if I do something and I fuck up, or if I do something I know may cause her to feel a certain type of way, then it's like, damn, now I'm hurt. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want your friend to be hurt. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's where I think keeps me like focused. You know what I'm saying? Is knowing that like before anything, I want to make sure my friend is cool. I want to make sure that my other half, my partner, is at the best that they can be. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that does come with how you treat them or the things that you do to them, because a person has to have confidence. You know,
she must be a very secure woman because you're
Yeah,
around
that's
a
what
lot
I
of
was gonna
ladies.
say.
You're around a lot of women. She must be a very secure woman.
And I think that's something, like I said, again, that's something that you have to build. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're secure with yourself or not, that doesn't like directly relate to trust.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then
so
of course
you still have to build. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You have to build trust. You could be the most confident person in the world. I mean,
That doesn't
Beyonce got
matter.
cheated on.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so it takes, like, men do stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done stupid shit before. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you gotta try not to continue to do stupid shit. Try to be better. And just try to think before you do certain things. And I think, like, for me, like, changing my focus does help to limit the situation that you could be in. So it's like if you're shooting like OnlyFans shit all the time, you know what I'm
Then
saying?
you gonna be
Then there's gonna be a lot of the
Compromising
type,
situations.
exactly,
Yeah.
the type of people that you're working with, the type
Right.
of lifestyle that they're in. You know, because like everybody like don't view like physical interaction as being something that's sacred. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So it could be like going to the club, like I just fuck this nigga or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you have other people who, you know, believe in like soul ties, and like when you connect with somebody, you really connect with them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like having that balance, and I found that like by being more into like fashion and beauty, then you tend to find people with a different like moral background than you know if I was shooting like strippers every day or adult entertainers every day and stuff like that. Like I've had people like call me and like I told them my prices, and like I might have even met this person before. They was like, "What? I gotta pay?" I thought if I had a big booty, my shit was free. And like this is like just straight up over the phone. You know what I'm saying?
Falling out.
So yeah, so it's like there are people. It works both ways. There are photographers that like try to pursue certain clients for that, and then there's other clients. There's clients that use that as a compensation. You know what I'm saying? Like they feel like, oh, I'm finna go because this dude got this many followers or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do this, and they come into it with that mind state, you know, and it just muddies the industry. You know what I'm saying? Because
It
then
does.
both people are confused. You know what I'm saying? You have some photographers who may be used to that all the time, and then a person who's not on that comes to them, and you know, and they'll assume, and then or you have vice versa, where photographers may shoot a lot of, you know, sexy content, and the model may be used to working with photographers that shoot sexy content, but will go across that line, so they'll automatically assume that like this person is on that too. You know what I'm saying? So like when it comes time to pay, they be like, you know, you be like, hold on, what you doing? You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like I dealt with that just recently because everybody knows on my page, like I post me going out, I post different stuff, twerking, dancing, whatever the case may be. It's what I want to show you. But I got somebody a photographer that actually reached out to me, and he was like, oh, I have this shoot, you know, and you know, it's nudity and all this stuff. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. And he's like, well, you know, I just assume because of what you post, but I don't post myself with me naked. I don't, just because you see me, you know, going out and having fun, turning up, twerking, or whatever the case may be, that don't mean I'm about to get naked in front of your camera, bro.
But you also got to think of it this way: some people abuse their role.
Yeah.
DJs do it, promoters do it, photographers do it. They be like, okay, I'll shoot you. You know, I'll get you in the club, I'll put you in the flyer, but you got to do something for me. So then that's, you know, people just automatically assume if I do something for you, you do something for me.
It becomes like I said, when you are in a particular lane, it becomes like the standard. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like kind of like if you a bottle server, people think that you're gonna drink, you're gonna have shots, you're gonna party, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're trying to stay after the club, or if you a stripper, like, let's leave here, let's, you know what I'm saying?
Home,
And it's like, no, like I'm going straight home.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
I got this.
Because of the majority of the people within a certain lane, everybody assume that that's how it is, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like everybody assume that, oh, if it's a stripper, she going. Or shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, nah, it really is some strippers out here like that.
Yeah.
Now it is, okay?
Everybody's like
They
that.
be ready to go.
Everybody ain't Ebony, you know what I'm saying?
TTG.
But you just gotta be professional in your craft.
Nah,
Like
for
you
sure.
say, you have to set them boundaries, like a stripper, like a promoter, like a, you know, everybody has lives outside of it. I know strippers that are dental assistants. I know strippers that are on their way to be their doctorate or in police academy school.
Right.
So it's just like you gotta set the boundaries. You gotta set yourself to high standards with any lane you're in.
Yeah, I feel like you just basically what it is you just gotta tell people what it is. Like, because they're gonna assume because of the kind of profession you're in or what you're doing, or for instance like me when I'm posting certain stuff. So when I tell you like, okay, I'm not on that. Like that's not what I'm here for. And then they just like, oh, okay. Like, you know,
They respect
that. Yeah, but you gotta, cause people, like you said, people assume. And if they see a certain thing or they see you in a certain light, they gonna think
Whatever you post, like I tell people, that's what people gonna approach you with the most. If you're posting like bikini shots and stuff like that, then people are gonna all have those type of ideas.
Right.
Even for like myself, I had to unfollow a lot of people that I followed coming up because like that's where your brain goes. If I'm following all dancers, all like vixens and stuff like that, then my ideas are gonna be catered around vixens.
Right.
But like now I'm like, okay, I'm following beauty pages, I'm following fashion and things like that.
Editorial.
Because now I'm gonna have ideas that fit that genre versus me just having like different ways to take a picture of a booty. You know what I'm saying? Like, would it be nice if a booty was here? What if I put a booty up there? You know what I'm saying? Like,
And it goes back to the this goes back to the first episode when we were talking about the BBL epidemic. How I said that I had to unfollow a lot of people because I didn't want to get drawn into that world where I need to have a certain body to book, to get certain type of deals, to get respected or to get favored. I had to love me and know that somebody's going to capture me in the light where I want to be without spending all that money.
A lot of those people aren't like truly happy with themselves. Based on my experience, like you know, I've shot people with like BBLs and they're still like, oh my god, I look so fat. Can you edit this? Can you push this in? Can you?
It's like what?
And it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Or it'll be the person that when you see them online, they have the most confidence. Like you look like you. It makes you wish you was them. You know what I'm saying? And when you get behind that door, it be like, damn, like you would never would have thunk it. You know, so it's hard when you're like as a model. And like for me, I don't typically like when I first started doing photography, I used to like edit everybody's body the same. I mean, everybody had a small waist, everybody had a big ass. Like that's what I did. But like as I continued to work, I realized like there's ways to showcase how this person is beautiful without like augmenting them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like now I don't really do that. People have to like hit me up and be like, can you make this? Can you do a little bit more? I'll be like, I don't really want to.
I don't want to
You know
do
what I'm
that.
saying?
From my standpoint, this is how I feel like you are captured best.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. And
Yeah.
that's how it is. So like that's really the thing. And so now like I said, I'm more so like posing people in ways that are appealing, or you know, like helping them to see what's appealing. But it all comes down to like that confidence. And you know, it's something I think a lot of people struggle with because they're trying to compare themselves to people who have the best doctors, the best hair, the best makeup, the best Photoshop, and you sitting there with your camera phone trying to compare yourself to them, and it's like
it's an illusion. It's an illusion. It's not real.
Or a Black China or Amber Rose.
Yeah, you gotta start from the inside, and I always say you gotta start within. You can't. I personally know someone has been through that journey, and it's like I look at them and it's like, okay, something's still missing, and it's because that wasn't the problem in the first place. Your outside appearance was not the problem.
And I'm not knocking, you know, whatever it takes to, you know, help you be more confident, whether it's getting your teeth done or.
Now I'd rather
know,
get my
like,
teeth did.
Even something as simple as getting, you know, weaving your hair or getting your eyebrows done or whatever, adding lashes. Like anything that you add to yourself, is just an enhancement, but it's not a savior. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
it's not going
right.
to change who you see, you know, in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to fix that first.
You gotta work the man's
And
side.
that's why I love like shooting like plus size girls.
Yes.
Like plus size women have the most fucking
Confidence. Oh my
And
god!
they,
I
like-
say that all
Yes,
the
I
time.
Yeah, and it's like they kind of, it's like they got like that dude in them, like because like as a dude, whatever we got that's fucked up, we gotta own that shit.
Right.
If you got a big ass nose, they gonna call your ass snout. If you got some big ass ears, they'll be like 8 ears, and that's your name for life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look at
That's-
me.
That's it.
Look
You know
at
what I'm
little
saying?
baby.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I'm saying? You are that person for life, and you gonna own that shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Versus like I feel like with women, maybe because it's how society, like for their whole life, they be like, oh my god, I hate my nose. Like they whole life, they'll hate it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just owning it, like look at fucking Anthony Davis with the fucking one eyebrow. You know what I'm saying? Like he owned that shit. Like he's like, I'm not fucking it. You know what I'm saying?
There was recently an article that came out about Bella Hadid, and she was talking about, you know how she's a supermodel, right? She was talking about her mother would always down her for her nose because she's like Middle Eastern.
Right.
Like she mixed with Middle Eastern, but her mom is like, you know, Gigi Hadid. She's got the regular blue eyes, blonde hair aesthetic. So her mom will always down Bella Hadid for her nose, and she got a nose job at 14 years old.
Yeah.
Her mom encouraged her.
That's tragic. And see, I like to say I have 2 daughters. I have she'll be 10 next month, and I have an 11-year-old that'll be 12 in July. Total opposite. One's a tomboy, one's a girly girl, and I make sure to instill in them that you're beautiful, regardless. Like, cause they look at me like, "Mommy, you're not the same color as us," cause their dad is darker. So it's like, I don't care. You are beautiful.
Right.
And don't you ever let me hear you say that again. I instill that in them because I know coming up, my sister had an issue with color because she felt like, oh, I'm not light skinned, so I'm not pretty.
Right.
And that's not true.
Well,
She's gorgeous, but that was in her mind.
Yeah.
And you gotta instill that type of stuff when they're younger so that they know when they get older, no, I'm beautiful the way I
think
am.
dark skinned women have like, I hate like to say it like this, but like being dark is like the trend now. You know what I'm saying? Like being on the whole team, dark skin is the wave.
Right.
Where if you look at any type of like, let's just say even in the 90s, for the whole 90s, it was like light skin was.
Yeah. Right. It was
Like Whitney
big.
from a different world, like that was the thing. Like all those, like if you look at like all the girls that they was falling over, they were thin, like slim, like fair complexion.
I was definitely
You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't see big, thick, curvy girls as the main girl throughout the 90s at all, or the 80s.
Exactly.
Or
The
nothing, you know
standard
what I'm
beauty
saying?
changed.
Yeah, so it definitely changed a lot.
Yeah, and the saying is true. The beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what you look like. Somebody's going to find you.
For sure. I tell you, you can walk in the club with Beyonce holding her hand, and it's gonna still be dudes like, yo, who's shorty with Beyonce? You know what I'm saying? Like they wanna see her. Like even when I was shooting for magazines, like I knew there's certain magazines that, okay, this girl is gorgeous, but she ain't got no big butt, so I can't send her to this magazine. Or this girl is gorgeous, but she dark skinned, so I know I can't send her to this magazine. You know what I'm saying? Because they all have their standards as to what they're looking for. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made me like kind of stop submitting my work. Because like I would send what I thought was the best spread that magazine had, but it was a girl who had like 100 followers and she was dark skinned. So I knew that they might give her 2 pages and they'll give this big booty girl with these tattoos and you know, light skin, the cover, and her pictures are trash. You know what I'm saying? But like they figured this was gonna sell more. You know what I'm saying? So,
but that's, I'm not to call out, I'm calling them out. Forget it. Playboy and Hustler, they always push the blonde hair, blue eye aesthetic.
For sure, yeah.
Skinny, blonde hair, blue eye aesthetic. And look at those girls now.
Exactly. And that's kind of why I want to, like, I'm not really going to speak too much on it, but I have a business venture that I'm trying to work on, and I want to gear it towards the bigger girls, the thicker girls, because I feel like there's not enough of that.
Not a lot.
Especially in Arizona, I see a lot of clothing lines and stuff like that that look for the slender models and the models that
Slim,
are
thick, or thick,
small or not even thick, just like tiny. You know what I'm saying? Or just you gotta have a flat stomach and you gotta be a size 2 to model my clothes. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? So
What about, you know, like the non like traditional built, you know, women?
Women,
like,
yes.
Like
that's what I'm
women
talking
with like
about. Yeah.
big giant shoulders, broad
Yes,
shoulders, but
all
she
of
got
that.
skinny legs.
Yes.
You know?
They're out
Like
there.
what's that lady name? Wendy Williams. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
oh,
Like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
women that's dressed like that are shaped like her. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of women that are shaped like that. You know?
Right.
So I tell people like if you wear clothes, then there's an avenue for you to market or model those clothes because
Absolutely.
someone fits your size, someone is your size, so
Mhm.
you can represent that. You know what I'm saying? But you just have to go where you love that. You know what I'm saying? If you know that this company isn't gonna support you, or,
Right.
then why would you spend all your money? You know,
With that company.
You know,
Right,
and
exactly.
you know you never have a chance of being in a advertisement,
Right.
or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, just like Fashion Nova, they tried to come out with the big girl, where they got the big models now. They didn't have that before. If people follow Fashion Nova for a while, they didn't have that. So now all of a sudden they got the big girl models and they're putting them in the same clothes that they put the skinny girls in, and it's just like, okay, so you trying to tell me every big girl is gonna
yeah.
look like this in
Yeah.
this
Because
Piece of clothes.
they know the right bigger girls to get.
to
but
appeal to?
They're not like, I seen this picture, it was online, it was like, they were just like sharing it, it was going viral. It was like a girl who had like look the extra stomach, like tucked into her jeans, and she had, you know, had her pants pulled up. And it was just like, everybody was just like saying how much of a relief it is to see models like that now.
Right.
Like real bodies, like real natural body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody's not working out. Everybody's not, you know, in the gym. Everybody
Right.
don't got a BBL.
Even the
You know what I'm
BBL
saying?
people be
Yeah.
lying and be in the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta keep
That's
that
the
stuff
worst
up,
shit
but-
ever. Like, motherfucker get their body did, and the next week they like, yo, trainer, like, come train with me.
Yeah, like you did not
Like,
get like that
stop,
overnight,
man.
girl.
And I'ma just keep calling
Yeah.
people out. Keisha K or
Lord.
you got
I'm like, oh, Lord.
Anybody that go out the country, go to Brazil, go to fucking Dominican Republic, and you only see the first 2 days of their vacation, they getting their body did. The whole
Exactly.
rest of the time they there in the recovery room.
Exactly.
Like, that's why you only see the first 2 days. Like, damn girl, where you going? I say Dominican. Like, I ain't see you posting. I posted a little bit. Yeah, that's
nah,
fine.
because you was
Yeah.
under. You was under.
I know we're coming up on our hour, and I want to
Yeah.
just ask the last question. Everything you ever done is amazing, and I applaud you for that, and I really admire you. If you could go back and tell your younger self when you first started photography, any advice, what would it be?
Wow. I would have told myself to like be unique and be creative at an earlier point. And instead of like, cause I think for a long time, like until I couldn't, I was pursuing those like big name people and trying to shoot with them and trying to shoot what I felt like everybody wanted.
The it stuff. Yeah.
And like I think it's only been maybe like the last maybe like 5 or 6 years that I feel like I've kind of been like, fuck y'all, I'm gonna shoot what I want to shoot. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like it or not, I'm gonna shoot it, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna be proud of what I did. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I would say, like just be yourself and be creative. Because there's a lot of stuff that like I would have done, but I didn't do it just because it was like I was afraid of like losing the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So since I started doing photography, like this has been my income. So I never had a period of doing photography like where it was just for fun. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when I started, when I started my company, I was like pretty much homeless, like living on the street, sleeping on the bus at night. So like I was literally doing photo shoots for each meal. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have the convenience of just shooting somebody because they was pretty or whatever.
Yeah.
I did what I felt like the industry wanted. So if the industry wanted these big booty girls, I'm trying to find.
You have to
I'm
hustle.
trying to-
You have to
shoot.
get
So-
your
But
stuff.
now you're at a place where you're able to do what you want to do, and that's what you have to do. You have to, appeal to, the demanding audience, and then once you get to a certain level, you can
For
do
sure.
what you want to do.
Yeah. Let me look at Rihanna.
Yeah.
She-
Right.
Everybody
She
begging
ain't
her to
gonna
make a
make
CD. Everybody
She
like,
ain't
when you
gonna
gonna make a CD?
She like, I got to.
She like, I am
Her
chilling.
makeup and her Fenty
Yeah.
line and all that is paying
She like,
the
I made
bills,
a
so she don't
billion.
gotta do
I
that.
made $1 billion.
And
I ain't gotta sing another
she
song,
did
you know what I'm
unique
saying?
things. So I applaud her.
Yeah,
Shit,
she's
she a
very
billionaire.
different than
She-
every and now she's the blueprint because Kylie Cosmetics, Maybelline, CoverGirl, they all try to expand their wide range of shades because of her.
Shout out to Riri. I got Fenty on right now.
Love some reason, ASAP, snatched that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it was like every dude on welfare in the world was crying and shit. You in fucking Section 8, you did not have no chance.
Hey, you thought you was gonna get Riri.
I can't believe she pregnant. Like, nigga.
I was sick of all the Drake memes. That's what I was.
Drake
Oh,
and
yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Brown and all of that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I was
this,
sick of
I
all
was
the
done with
Drake
all of that.
memes.
ASAP came and snuck in there, like, you know, so that's what's up, man. I'm happy. They look happy. I'm happy for them. I'm definitely happy for her to see her, like, just take off. And that's just an example, like, of what you start doing or what people know you to do doesn't have to be your end point.
Exactly.
You.
That's just your beginning.
Yeah.
That don't gotta be your end. And who knows?
She like, yeah, y'all love this music, but
Yeah.
let me show you something different.
She
You know what I'm saying?
probably wanted to be in what she's doing now in the
From the
fashion
beginning,
and the
yeah.
makeup, but she used her talents
Yeah.
to get where she wanted to be.
And I think that's kind of what I'm doing now with,
Yeah.
like, with photography and kind of shifting into more storytelling. And then now I'm like doing A&R and like managing artists and stuff and like
I can
pushing
still
That's
see
that.
you. I can
dope.
still
That's
see you going
dope.
far with that.
Yeah, that's dope.
I'm just trying to help.
So tell everybody, for everybody that's listening, where they can find you at on IG and you know what
Contact
avenues,
you. Keep up to
contact.
where you doing.
So you can contact me at on Instagram at polo.gibson. That's my main page. That's where I post a lot of pretty much a lot of my stuff. I do have a couple other pages where I post like maternity work and I have a beauty page as well.
Mhm.
But you can see all of that in the links if you hit up my link tree, polo.gibson, or gohardphotography.com. If you want to book, that's where you're gonna go book at because I don't do like the DMs and shit. Like I want you to understand my policies. I want you to know the turnaround time. I want you to know all of that. So that's why I force people to go to the website. If
Right.
you are too lazy to read these 2-3 paragraphs, then you are not the type of client I want anyway.
And I'm gonna definitely link all his information in the bio of this video, guys.
Yes, definitely. Well, we want to thank you once again for coming on our show. We're so excited to have had you, to get your
It was fun.
It's a
insight.
great interview.
I've learned some new things about you in this interview that I did not know, so
Well, thank
that's amazing. And I just thank you for coming on and
I
being a part of
appreciate
this.
you all having me. You know what I'm saying? Follow y'all dreams out there, man. Don't let nobody tell you can't do it. You know, you tell yourself you can when everybody else say you can't. And if you believe yourself, you're gonna make it. Like, that's a fact.
Exactly. And that's all we got for y'all today. We'll see y'all next week.
We gonna cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, shout out to Julio. I need a sponsorship.
Okay.
I'm spending too
He
much
came with
money.
his own bottle, honey.
All right.
But we'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Whew. Lord.